guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to cover Insecure Season 3 Episode 4, Fresh Like. So let's jump into it. So instead of kind of dividing the episode into different plot points, this episode was really about the two main characters. There wasn't much side character development. So it was mostly about Molly and Issa, so I'll just talk about what happened with their stories in the episode. So let's start with Issa. So I think Fresh Like is a good name for the episode because once it was done I felt like, whew, okay, Issa is having a fresh start to life, including work. So you can tell Issa, when Issa's working at We Got Y'all, that she's working, but yet she's looking at information about how music affects children and how it could, I guess, better their life in ways. And you can tell from even the previous episode that she really has a passion for music. They bring back her rapping in the mirror because now she has her own place. She doesn't have to worry about bothering anyone, so I'm excited to see that again. But you can tell that she's not happy with her job and she would like to do something else. And she gets to work in the field again, which she's excited about, but she's kind of thinking in the back of her mind, does she really want to do this? So I'm going to just kind of go back and forth between the stuff that happened in Issa's life as I remember it. So while that's happening, they kind of go back to, so Issa got the job as the, I don't know, super or the landlord for that building, and she's moving in, and you can see Daniel, I guess, was helping her move her stuff in, and you can see that, I don't know, the vibe that they had was, first of all, strictly platonic. I didn't feel any sexual tension. I felt like Issa was like, okay, I finally made the right decision, which I'm very happy about, because I felt like her and Daniel really shouldn't be together because they got together with under bad circumstances. So it was really hard to recover from that type of relationship, and then the friendship, trying to be friends and sleep in the same bed even though they slept together before, it was a weird thing. So it was nice to see that it's over, and I feel like I really believe Issa when it's over. So Issa, I guess Issa and Frida were talking, and then Frida was like, I want to talk to you more about the job and the school that she's going to be going to. So then it fast forwards to Issa. She's at lunch, and she's eating lunch. She's eating some type of taco, and guess who we see? We see good old Nathan, and I'm so excited to see him because I thought that there could have been potential there with the storyline, and I felt like it just ended abruptly with him running away. So he sees Issa, I guess he bumps into her or something, I didn't catch it, and then her tacos are on the floor. So they kind of strike up a conversation, and he's telling her, I guess this whole scene is about them opening up to each other. Sometimes you meet that person where you can kind of spill your guts out to. And I felt like Nathan was that type of person. He's new to the city, he wants to start fresh like she does. And I was surprised at first the way that Issa was kind of telling him and being honest with him about that's her life story, I guess, because she does take him back to her parents' house and stuff, and admitting that she did cheat on her boyfriend of 5 years, aka Lawrence, and that she's not happy with her job. So they kind of get to talk to each other about each other's lives and stuff. Then they started playing Truth or Dare, and Truth or Dare is a great way to get to know people, but it could go left or right either way. Like, it can be a good thing or a bad thing. For them, it was a good thing, but it was still like, eh. And Truth or Dare, they're asking questions about the relationship, and about Issa's relationship. They kind of talk back and forth. And then Issa shows him her parents' house and where she grew up, and her child, kind of like how her childhood was. And then Nathan was like, oh, like, let's break into the place. I don't know, she's making pretty dumb decisions there, but whatever. So they go in, and then Issa dares him to take off his clothes and jump into the pool. And he does, and as usual, the men on Insecure have great bodies. It was a sight to see, and he jumps into the pool. She asks, how was it? And he was just like, oh, you know, it's nice and warm and stuff. So then he's like, I dare you to. So she's like, oh, I'm not doing that. Either way, he talks her into doing it. So now you can kind of see the sexual tension between them. And it's, I expected to see it, and I expected something to happen while they're in the pool, but then the owners of the house realize that there are intruders in their pool and that they're going to call police. So then they go. When they go, they had ordered tacos, and it had been definitely longer than an hour. It was been longer than an hour for them to go and pick it up. So the tacos are kind of cold. So she says, oh, you know, I have a microwave at my house. Like, maybe we can go to my house. Type of thing. So then I was like, Issa, like, oh, so slow down. You don't know this man. Slow down. They get to his house. They get to her house, and because she's just moved in, she doesn't really have furniture and stuff. And they're eating it, and kind of they have a playful banter back and forth. The sexual tension is building up, and like when you hear the music and stuff, you kind of have a feel for like what's gonna happen in the scene. So I know definitely, especially on Insecure, the music does kind of tell you what's happening in a scene. So like you hear the music, you're like, oh, and then they kiss and stuff, and it seems very, very natural. And kind of when they're gonna go forward with the intimate part, they get a knock on the door, and it's this little boy. He was cracking me up. Like, what y'all doing in there? Like, oh, you're eating taco and kissing on the mouth? That was very funny. And his mom claims that Issa changed the locks on the door, which she didn't, but whatever. And then it kind of ends that tension, and he leaves, and Issa goes and takes care of that. So then fast forward, Issa's at work, and Frida's like, hey, I know we were supposed to talk, we can talk. And then Issa just kind of is thinking about where she wants her life to be. When she had that when she had that conversation with Daniel, and Daniel kind of threw in her face that like, oh, you're kind of not working somewhere where you're passionate about like what you do and stuff. I think Issa's found her passion with music and children, and We Gotcha was not going to offer that. She had been working there probably as long as she'd been with Lauren, so 5+ years. She wanted to be, I guess, the manager, whatever Frida's position was, I believe. She didn't become that. She got kind of demoted when she had to stay in-house instead of on the field. And then she just kind of told Frida that, like, you know what, I quit. And I commend her, but I would kind of wait until you have another job first before you quit. But we'll see what happens. Let's see her fresh start. It's a fresh start, so we'll just see how it is. So let's get into Molly's. So The problem with Molly is that I feel like because she's not the star employee, she feels less than. And she doesn't work well with a team. She works better on her own. And which the black firm she's working with, it's a lot of collaboration and stuff. She's trying so hard to fit in, and you know when you try so hard and then you're doing the most? I felt like she was doing the most. Yes, that guy, Dorian or Torian, he was being a little bit overbearing and rude when he's kind of talking over her and making suggestions, I guess, about the case and all. But I feel like Molly needs to take a back seat to things. Sorry, my phone. Need to take a back seat to things. And I feel like she can't do that, and she needs to learn. I'm glad to see her in therapy again, talking about her feelings and stuff. And I think it's just something that she has to work on. She's working in a new environment now where she doesn't necessarily need to prove herself, prove that she's better. She's on the same level as everybody else, so just work together with people. And I think she'd be okay. So with Molly, there wasn't too much story. I hope to see the girls get back together and go to Coachella. That would be very fun to see on the show, especially because Beyonce was performing at the time for that Coachella. But yeah, I think we just, as an audience, we've wiped all old remnants of Daniel, Lawrence, Dro, and we're starting fresh all together. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. So that concludes my recap of Insecure Season 3, Episode 4, Fresh Like. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
I'm just a dumb cunt, fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe I could front, love, maybe I could